Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, welcome to an art adventure with Holly. That's me. And for those of you that are returning, thank you, welcome back. I hope you've been enjoying my content lately. I bring to you a new video. I'm going to try something new, something different, something I'm very nervous about, but here we go. I've somehow managed to condense 5 hours worth of colouring footage into half an hour, maybe less. So we'll see how we go. Just a little quick intro. So this is the colouring page that I've recently finished, and I'm going to be showing you in a sped up version the process, the colours that I've used, the tools that I've used. And I'll also, at the end of the video, once the video is released, I will also show you a photo of all the coloured pencils that I've used, that I put in this lovely book, which you'll see this. So there you go. So I'll just display it now. It might help if I didn't have the ribbons there, but there'll be a picture. Don't worry, you'll get them. They're also posted throughout the video as well, so like whenever I use the pencils, it stays up there for a brief period just so that you can write them down. That's if you are going to colour along, or if you'd like to colour along. I'll also put the colours in the description, so that way, at least for those of you, so they'll be everywhere, you'll know what colours are getting used. Okay, and yeah, so what we'll be going through today is how you're colouring with Ohuhu pencils and Inktense pencils for the background. There was times when I may have done a little bit off camera, but that's okay. I'll explain that to you as we go through that process. Okay, now we're going to go into a bit of a video overlay. So just like you've seen in some of my previous videos, you'll have a little picture of me somewhere. At least you can still see me while I explain what's going on and my process in the video. As I've mentioned, I'm still fairly, I wouldn't say that I'm an expert, but I'm no longer, I wouldn't call myself a beginner, but I'm probably somewhere between like mid to beginner. Like I've been doing this for about 2 years now, and I've learned a lot. So I'm still figuring out how to use oil-based pencils. So I figured, why not use them in, well, why not use the Ohuhu pencils first and see how we go with them in Sarah Renae Clark's Vibrant Wilds. So yep, that's the book that we will be looking at today. So this is the book here. This is a beautiful book. This is what we're going to be, this is the book. All right, so enough of me rambling on about stuff. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's get to colouring. So now getting into colouring. There's just a picture of my swatches, as I promised. And here I'm showing you the difference. Now we're going to colour the background and showing you the different coloured Inktense pencils and the colour cube cards that I picked throughout the video. You'll notice that eventually I end up with 4 colour cube cards. So here I'm masking the border with some washi tape, and yes, I have stuck it on my trousers and then stuck it on, so just to get rid of that stickiness, just, you know, so you don't risk the tears, because nobody likes peeling away washi tape and tearing their page. So I've also picked that up as well. And over here, so here now we are colouring the background with the Inktense pencils. So all that is doing is just I'm going through that process, and I'm sort of doing it in sections. I haven't used my Inktense pencils that much. So I actually started doing this before I got my Neocolor 2s. Next time I do a colouring page, I will be using my Neocolor 2s because I absolutely love them. I cannot express that enough. But I do love my Inktense pencils as well. I just think I need to play with them a little bit more. I find that the Neocolor 2s were like less forgiving, like more forgiving, whereas like I found that their pigment broke down on the page a lot nicer than the Inktense pencils for some reason. Again, I need to practice with the Inktense pencils a lot. So hey, maybe next time we'll do like a practice page with another page with Inktense pencils, which is why I did this. Like this is me practicing with them, testing them out, seeing how they work. And I really wanted to get a dark, saturated background here. So that's what we're doing here. So I do not color this fast. This is a very fast process from what I can see. And so this is sped up, and I mean really sped up. As I mentioned earlier, it's probably taken me a good solid couple of hours to actually finish this page, and it was filmed over a couple of days. So just because of my job and the time it takes. So I generally try and color about an hour at a time, mainly because also my camera can only record for that long at the moment, so it sort of lets me break away and disappear for a bit and then come back and do something else. But no, I really enjoyed this page. I honestly had no idea what I was going for when I first went into this, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to paint the background black. And then halfway through the black, I'm like, oh, did I do the right thing? Did I do the wrong thing? But as I always say, trust the process, because the finished page looks amazing, as we can see. So that's what I'm looking forward to. So yeah. So here I'm just going around. So I am activating all of the black Inktense pencil. From here I've actually used a brush, so if you see me going off to the side like this, I actually dab it. I dab it on one of these, so as you can tell it's had some use. I've got a big massive roll of these, so I just reuse these whenever I just take one off if I want a new one. But once it's dry, the pigment stays on there, so I use these. And I do have a tea towel for my actual water brushes, because they're a little bit more wetter, yeah, more saturated, wetter. I don't know if that's the right word. And then I think I'm just trying to decide what to do. So it's like, what do I start off? Oh, that's right. I was picking another pencil, so I started off with the ink black. And then I was like, maybe I need a darker color. So I think I went for the outliner and grabbed the Dusky Purple as well, to add a bit of color to the background. This is just me testing out different colors, and now I'm picking some greens, because I noticed that like the first color cube cut, I was like, I can't really do much with that. There's too many flowers in there, and I sort of wanted a bit more color involved. So as I go along, I start picking out more color cube cards that go with the color theme. I think I did all right to find 4 cards in the end that actually worked really well together, because the end result speaks for itself. So now I'm just picking up different pencils. You know, like I've got the swatches at least for the Ohuhu pencils. So I just picked 3. So like the dark, a mid and a light. So 3 different pencil tone colors to go. So those sorts of things. And that way, yeah, we go from there. So now I'm coloring in the rust flowers. So because I wanted that rusty color, and I couldn't, so I used like a dark brown with the light vermilion and the cinnamon in there. So 3 different colors. The red and the brown together sort of make it more a rusty color, which I found, and I was really happy with the result. As you'll see, I end up, as you'll see, I really liked the result. And then sometimes I find that colouring in flowers, sometimes I like to do each petal at a time, depending on how big the flower is. If it's a small flower like this one, I generally go around and do one colour, the one colour at a time. So for these types of flowers, I like to, for flowers and leaves, I like to start off doing dark to light. So I'll start off with my darkest flower and almost burnish the page, almost, and then move into my lightest colour. Then you go your mid-tone and then to your lightest colour. That way, I found that working like that for me works really well. So that's what I've been doing. And then now we're on to the yellow flower. And again, and then I'm trying different things with flowers. Like I've always just gone from the middle out and gone from dark to light. Whereas here I was trying different techniques that I've picked up along the way, and just wanted to see if I could create like a curve by leaving the outside more of the highlight color. Just to see how that looks, and I was really happy with the result. And then I do something really, really weird soon, so we'll see that soon. But mainly it's just about working out what flower do I do next? Do I do the leaves? What colour do I do the leaves? That's what colouring's all about, isn't it? What colour do I do what? And then what tones do you want them to be and things like that. So now we're doing, I call it the striped leaf, because that was the only way I could differentiate from everything else. And this I've sort of like gone for almost like maybe a minty green or a pine green, maybe that sort of thing, like a dark minty green, like that sort of green. It sort of looks really, really vibrant, makes the leaves really stand out, I feel. And then I think I'll show you through three of the top green leaves, and then the rest I colour in off camera so that you don't have to see me colour in like however many leaves. I think once we've seen a leaf colouring and you don't really need to see the rest. But this is a sped up video, so I'm just showing you again my process. And I'm hoping that you get something out of this, if not just enjoy me looking like I have no idea what I'm doing. I do have some idea of what I'm doing though. I really enjoyed this page. I love this book. Like Sarah's colouring book is absolutely gorgeous. The pictures in there, the artwork in there is really lovely, and they're fun to colour. I've done a few in there already, so it is a colouring book that I do gravitate towards, especially when I'm want to break up from all the other intricate colouring pages. But there's some less intricate pages, and then there are some really intricate pages, and that's what I really love about it. And then there's like little tiny colourings as well, so which is what I like. So if you feel like you want to colour something but nothing massive, you can do a little one, and then slowly the page will build up, which is what I really like about it. So yeah, and then now we're doing the little leaves. So with this particular leaf, this small leaf, I actually add the Ohuhu glitter pens to majority of them, because after I did this I was like, I want some glittery things in there, and they're small enough to have the glittery ones. So I went around and sort of like evened out a few things with the Ohuhu glitter pens, and they're really fun to use. So I use them on some of them. And then now we're getting into the orange flower, and I had to work out how did I want to colour this orange flower. And in this particular one, I literally just went from dark to light. I just, simple. That's what I thought. I thought the stripes would sort of make it would bring it out. And you'll notice in this particular leaf, I did one petal at a time. Flower. I did one petal at a time, and that's because the petal itself is larger. It's a large petal. And then it looks like I started the Monstera Leaf somewhere there in the bottom left. I just was testing something, and I was like, okay, I think I know what I'm doing. So we will finish that Monstera Leaf soon. in this colouring. So, I mean, what are your favourite times when you colour in? Like, what do you like to do? How do you colour in? Do you do dark to light? Do you do light to dark? Do we like adding sparkles to our pages? Do we like using our white gel pens and white paint pens to add, you know, all the little white highlights? Do we like doing that? What are your favorite color combinations for greens, for your leaves? That's something I'd like to know. Do you like a more, I guess, a warm green, or do you prefer more that minty green, like that teal green for your leaves, or do you like a mixture of both, like I've done here? Let me know in the comments. What are your favorite green combinations? And while we're on the subject of oil-based pencils, what are your favorite oil-based pencils to use? I might find that there's some pencil out there that I haven't tried yet. That's not part of my collection. We'll find out, won't we? I've got quite a few. But because the Ohuhu pencils are fairly new still, I thought I would give them a go and see what they're all about. And I really enjoyed them. I really did. I have coloured a page in with the Polychromos pencils, for those of you that are wondering. And I really enjoyed those pencils. And we will be using those eventually. Don't worry, they'll be making their way in here. So this is what I call the mixed flower, because I decided to change it up a bit and do orange for the top part and yellow for the bottom part. So, and you'll notice that I'm actually leaving the middle of the flowers blank, and that's because that's where we're going to be bringing in some glitter gel pens later. So the areas that I've left blank are going to be the areas that I want to add in some glittery sparkles, as I like to call them. So now I'm just trying to work out what colour. I think I've decided this is where I've wanted to pick another colour cube card and gone, I need more colour here. I need more colour options. So, and that's where I picked, I put them all together. Here we go. And this is the new one, the one with the pink. So I'm picking out a pink range because I just wanted a little bit more colours for the flowers. And so that's what I did. I did that, yep. I was like, this is my page. It's not supposed to be a challenge or anything. It is just trying to find the right colors. But that's generally what I do with the color cube cards. I will pick one to start off with, and then as I slowly go and start coloring, I'll then search through the color catalog online and find similar color palettes, and also color palettes that might introduce a different color, like the pink and the reds and the greens. That way brings it all together and it all looks awesome. And one thing I do like to remind myself is that the color cube cards are only that's to help you start off, and then once you get out there, you can stray away from it. It's just a base, really, a starting point. That's the way that I like to look at it when you're trying to do something really nice. However, it is fun also to use them as a challenge, so which might be something I may do in the near future. Do you want to see that? Do you want to see me do a colour cube challenge where we literally stick to one colour cube card? I also would like to know, are you interested in the comfy, cozy colouring books at all? I've got quite a few of them. They are right up here. Just wondering if you were interested in any of them, any of you. Sometimes I like to go towards them, like once I've finished a really, an intricate page, that I generally go to there and just use my markers. I find that they help me relax and sort of die down. So they're sort of things I do for myself. But I also like to colour in all my lovely fancy colouring books as well. I did just get 2 new colouring books, and I don't know if I should show you with this little overlay. Might take away from this video. I might show you at the end of the video while or maybe I'll save that for another video. I might save that for another video, I think. Yes, I got two more colouring books. I was very excited when they came, and I'm like literally excited to like go, oh my gosh, I need to like, I want to put some colour on these pages. I think one of them I opened, literally got to the first page and I'm like, I know what I want to do with this page straight away. I've never been like that. I've never felt like that with any colouring page. Like, I want to know what I want to do with this first page right now. And I'm like, I know exactly what I want to do. So I'm looking forward to feeling like that now. I can look at all these different pages and go, okay, I know how I want that to look, and sort of like grasp different things. So yeah. As you can see, I have coloured in the petal of each flower there at the bottom. That's just so I could work out where the colour's going, and then just so that I know where it's going. So now we're doing the second rusty looking flower. And again, starting off with that dark brown and then moving into the red, the light vermilion, and then the cinnamon. I found that as soon as I put the cinnamon on top of the other two, it sort of like really made it look rusty. So I was, again, really happy with that colour combination. I just made that up. So yeah, I made that up. So I was just going through trying to work out all the different colour combinations. As you can see on that pink flower there on the top right, the pink flower, I've sort of like added different dark areas, I just wanted to make it look curvy, or I quite like the result. I think it looks rather interesting. It makes the flower look interesting. I'll give it that. So now I'm doing the other pink flower at the bottom, although I made it another pink flower. Like, I was trying to include like two of each colour until we get to the red one. This flower was pretty easy to sort of colour in because they're pretty small, really small petals. It's really interesting watching myself colour in the dark. Well, not the dark, but it's interesting watching myself colour in fast-paced. Like, it still picks up the process, but which is really good. So you are still getting the full colour on, but it's just condensed down into 30 minutes, less than 30 minutes. I'm quite proud of myself. Whew. And then we get into the fourth one. And that's the little red flowers, so literally like the last flower. And then eventually we get into the gel pens. How exciting, gel pens. I did actually get the Languo gel pens. I got like the 100 and something set. And I don't have any of the plus, like the glitter pens or anything, because I've got the sparkle, the Uniball Signo Sparkle gel pens, and I found they're beautiful, but I want to give them a go. Well, like they're on my wish list. I've got majority of the, you know, the milky tones and everything for the Languos, and then and I want their paint markers, but I'm trying to decide whether I want their paint markers, the Guangua paint markers, or Artex paint markers, because I really want the Semtap ones, the 72 set. And I want to buy extra brush tips because they sell the brush tips separately, so that you can change all of them to brush tips, because I like a good brush tip. So here I'm just putting in all the gel pens, all the sparkles, all the white gel pens, and now we're getting into the border. So for the border, I went and bought the Sakura Pen Touch Gold marker. I bought it in the thick and the fine point, so that the broad point and the fine point, so two of them, and I really love it. It's absolutely gorgeous marker. It doesn't leak through or anything, bleed through or anything, so that's really lovely. And then I was just going around trying to work out how to how to get the border. Yeah, my ruler's got gold stuff all over it. It's fine. It's a ruler. It's not like I'm using it to measure things. I'm just using it to draw lines. But I really liked the, and then I went round and put dots in the corners. I'm like, what else can I add to it? Can I add more? Do I want to add more? Do I want to start putting sparkles everywhere? And I was like, I don't want to do too much because I don't want to take away from the actual flowers, like the floral arrangement. And then that is my Born paint marker. I got them in like a little pack. They're from Officeworks, so that's like the Officeworks brand, Born. And their paint markers are actually not too bad. So, and I just got them in the fine tip so I could go around and do the little white dots everywhere. I wanted to put little white dots over those gold, long, round, gold things, gold flowers. And that's it. And that's it. That is almost the finished page. And here we are. We're done. And that's it. And here is the finished page for you. I hope you all enjoyed my process. Hope you all enjoyed this video. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.